Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go.
Shucky ducky quack quack, your boy Charles Chavin's back, and you join us here again on the Sutton United Let's Go to the Top. So, we've got Millwall coming up in the FA Cup, 5th round. We win this, we're somehow into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Right, let's get to the action. So, the team to play Millwall, we've got Ward in goal, Furlong, Rowe, Goodliff, Matheson at the back, Tunnicliffe and Holm in the midfield, Knight, Smith, Nerfield and Stewart. And on the bench we've got Rose, Spence, Barden, Kavanagh, Carroll, Eastman, Haygarth, Ajapon and Bougil. Let's get this underway. That's how we line up today. Let's have a look how Millwall are going to set up. There's that formation again. They haven't won in their last 5. Are we going to be playing these at a good time? Or are they going to get an much-needed win against Sutton? So we're underway. And of course, as is customary, we're going to queue up and encourage 10 minutes if we don't get a highlight first. There we go. So far, we're coming up to the 20th minute. We've had 6 shots, 3 on target. They've had nothing. So we've got the throwing in the final third. Matheson goes long to Rowe, who controls it, who turns. Fires it across. Nerfield looks to tap it in. Is that going to count? I think it is. We go 1-0 up here against Millwall and the dream cut run continues. So Matheson with the long throw. Rowe controls, turns round and shoots with his left foot. Looks like it was just going wide and Nerfield's there just to guide it home. We go 1-0 up in the cup. Are we going to have another giant killing on our hands and make our way into the quarter-final? Build up again. Rowe to Goodliff. Tunnicliffe now on the ball. Passes out wide to Matheson, who's through on goal. And Balkowski saves it. And again we're on the attack, putting real pressure on Millwall now. Can we get another goal and get even further on top in this game? Goodliff goes all the way back to Ward. Gives it back to him. Matheson over the top now tonight. He's going to cut it back. Ball across. Nerfield with a header and just over. We are absolutely dominating this Millwall team. Right, 4 minutes to the break. And can we go in even further ahead than we are? Holm with the ball over the top. Gets cut out by Cresswell. Stewart wins it. Bit of head tennis going on. And now Millwall going to line up an attack to foil our plans here just as we get into half time. Balkowski on the ball. Goes long. Should get dealt with but doesn't. Just a long ball over the top. Mill will mess up their chances, but that's just very, very poor defending. So coming up to half-time now, we go in 1-0 up. We're currently on our way to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Total domination when you look at the shots. Again, we could do a bit of a better job of getting those shots on target. Possession's pretty even. Delighted so far, boys. Right, let's see this one out. So we get a highlight nearly straight away. Matheson gives it to Holm, gives it to Goodliff. Now, can we just have a bit of slow and patient build-up? Or is Furlong going to go long? He gives it to Nerfield. He's going to hold up the ball and give it back to Rowe. Nice patient play as he goes over the top. Barmer wins it for Millwall, but Nerfield's going to keep that in. He's going to cut back inside. And that's it. Go back to the defenders. Try and make some space. Tunnicliffe gives it to Knight. Lovely ball over the top for Smith. Lovely one-time volleyed finish, and that is an absolute wonder goal from Smith to put us 2-0 up against Millwall, and surely we're in the quarterfinals now. Rowe with the ball to Tunnicliffe, gives it to Knight. Lovely dink chip through, and Alistair Smith with the one-time volley finish right into the bottom corner. The dream lives on. Tight offside, he's on. This guy is playing him on. He's fine. There we go. So another highlight nearly straight away. And Millwall going to try and get their way back into this game. Cresswell. That's going to be cut out by Tunnicliffe, and Holm picks it up, gives it to Smith. Rowe now goes long, and is that going to play Ben Knight through? Flicks it on to Leighton Stewart, and we are in dreamland. We're 3-0 up in the last 16 of the FA Cup. Surely we are definitely in the quarterfinals now. What a story this is. Rowe with a long ball over the top. Ben Knight with the flick on. Leighton Stewart through on goal, and he's never going to miss. We have a corner now. Across. Volkslammer gets it clear, but only as far as Knight, who drives into the box. Ball across to Stewart, and it's 4-0. This is absolutely crazy. Holm with the corner. Gives it to Vlogslammer. Knight across to Stewart. Tap in. An outstanding performance so far. Mill have the free kick, Fleming over it. Great free kick by Fleming, and they pull one back. Don't do this to me, Football Manager. Lovely free kick. Right, can we hold on? Holm now goes along with the free kick. Over to Rowe, and that's 5-1. This is absolute scenes. Limbs everywhere in the stands. Holm with the ball into the area. Rowe, who's in for the injured John, gets above everyone and nods it home. Absolute destruction of a championship team here. So at the 70-minute mark, we're going to make a change. Furlong's not having the best game. We're getting a bit tired. We're going to bring on Kavanagh, and that'll do for now. It's only 5 minutes gone. We're going to freshen things up a little bit. Smith, who's on the booking, we're going to bring on Haygarth. And Knight, even though he's having a brilliant game, just to rest him up a bit, we're going to bring on Ajab. Rowe gives it to Holm. Kavanagh gives it to Rowe. Look at them Sutton fans in the sound just bouncing around. They're enjoying this, so they're loving this. Top of the league. Already secured a playoff spot. Looks like we're going to win the league. We'll get to a quarter-final FA Cup. I mean, this is even more ridiculous than I thought it was going to be when we started this save. I thought we'd had a good chance of getting up first season. But to be looking like we're going to win the league and get into a quarter-final in the FA Cup, this is beyond anything I thought could happen. We're going to bring on Carroll and we're going to bring on Eastman, just to hopefully see this game out with some more fresher legs. I mean, we've got a 4-goal cushion. If anything happened from now, I'd be very disappointed. But saying that, Mill were on the ball in our final third and it's dealt with. 27 shots to their 5. Utter domination of this Millwall team. And that's it. We look like we're through. We are through to the next round of the FA Cup. How the hell have we got to a quarter-final of an FA Cup? This is absolute ridiculousness. Very happy with that. Not only is it great, as in to actually get to the semi-final, quarter-final, I'm getting ahead of myself, of an FA Cup. The finances alone are just going to help us build this club even quicker. So there we go, confirmed. We triumph. Won't do a press conference, so we're getting another 225,000 for that win. Yes, they do want a permanent deal struck for Ben Knight. I would love one. He plays for Manchester City. I don't think it's going to happen. Let's ask his agent about his availability. Yeah, he's not interested. They'd only want 200k though, so maybe that can change. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Probably loan him for a few seasons until they release him and then buy him then. When's his contract with Man City up? Not till 2025. I fear it's going to be a while before we can get this guy permanently. If we can get him on loan for another season or two, I think that'd be great. Right, next up we've got a league game. I'll show you the league game against Crewe. Just because, we haven't really seen anything in the league for the last episode, so 12 games left. So here's how we stand. We've got 12 games left. We played 34, won 28, drawn 4, lost 2. 88 points. We're 13th clear of second and 22 points clear of fourth. Let's get to the league game against Crewe. Right, before we get to the Crewe game, we've got the FA Cup quarter-final draw. Let's actually watch this for once. Stuart Pearce going to be picking out the balls. We're the only non-Premier League team left in the draw. We've got Man City, Liverpool, Villa, Southampton, Leeds, Newcastle, Forest. It's fairly unlikely we'll beat any of these, so if we can get a away game against Man City or Liverpool or Newcastle, where we could earn a lot of money from the gate receipts, that will really help us. So we want an away game against one of the bigger teams. Let's see what happens. Man City, do we get them? Do we get that dream tie? They get Aston Villa. Leeds will play Sutton. So we've got an away game against a Premier League team. Maybe not quite as big a crowd and gate receipts as we could have hoped for, but it will still bring a decent amount of money into this club. Well, let's complete the draw. Liverpool are going to get Southampton. Newcastle against Forest. And there we go. City, Aston Villa, Leeds, Sutton, Liverpool, Southampton, Newcastle, Forest. So the team to play Crewe, we've rotated the team a bit. So we've got Ward in goal, Furlong, John, Rowe, Spence at the back, Holman, Eastman in the midfield, Ajapon, Haygarth, Knight behind the striker, Bougil. And here's how we line up. In our usual way, we can see how Crewe are lining up in a moment, second in the table. If we win this, we really will cement our chances of winning the league. Kind of matching us up, but with 2 DMs. Right, guys, before this game starts, if you could like, subscribe, and do all that goodness, and just, comment the word FA Cup Wonderland. That's a sentence, that's not a word. Just do it. Anyway, let's get to the action. The Crewe with a long set piece, flicked over the top, and John wipes up Ward's mistake. Only the second highlight. Haygarth gets it, gives it to Ajapong, who gets brought down. Is that going to be a penalty? No, it's not. Mon Lewis gives it to Colkett, who switches the play to Bennett. Crewe going to have the better of the game here. Orford gives it to Williams. They're building patiently from the back, but can we rob it off them in a moment? to bring on the counter-attack. Quite happy for him to have it around this part of the pitch. Lewis gives it to Thomas. It's a very, very long highlight for something that's not really happened. So John wins it back to Ajapon. Bugel through on goal, that's got to be it. Smashes it home, 1-0. I was thinking it was going to turn out to be a goal because of the length of the highlight. I was just wondering which way it was going to go, but we win the ball back. Good header from John, gives it to Ajapon. Lovely ball over the top of Bugel. One touch, control, then a finish into the bottom corner. Lovely stuff, 1-0 Sutton. Sweet with the ball now for Crew, gives it to Thomas. Goes down the line to Uakwe. Gets it back. Gives it to Thomas. Lewis to Colcat. Williams on the ball now. Crew mounting an attack here. Can they get back into this game? Jordan Spence there's to mop it up. Gives it to Ward. Goes long to Bugil, who loses out for once to Lewis. Orford coming forward now. Plays the ball over top to Uakwe. Lovely shot there. And unlucky. Lewis now. Orford back to Lewis. They're patiently building up. They go to the wing where Sweet's there. Can he get something into the box? Great ball across. Dealt with by Spence. Now can we mount the counter-attack? Ben Knight gives it to Haygarth. He's going to slide through Bugil. Bit of a heavy touch, but he's still on the ball. Shoots from far out. And Okonkwo saves with ease. So at half-time we're 1-0 up. Pretty even game. We've had slightly more shots. They've had more possession. So second half underway. 1-0 up. Crew with the corner though. Can they get back into this? Cleared by John. Only as far as Williams though at the edge of the box. Colquitt gets another chance to deliver. Bennett at the far post. Heads over the bar. Coming up to the 60th minute mark now. And again, Crew attack. Throw it long to John. Haygarth's there but loses out. Perkins on the edge of the area. Smashes one home. Gonna have to see that again. Did it curl in or did they get a bit of a deflection? Sweet with the throw in. John clears. Haygarth loses out. Perkins. Yeah, it does look like it comes off our number 4. So 1-1 now. Crew's starting to have the better of this game. We've got some tighter players out there, so I think it's time we made some changes. Knight is going to come off for Nerfield. Holm is going to make way for Smith. Furlong is going to come off for Kavanagh. Coming up to 10 minutes left now. Still no more highlights in the game. Barden's going to come on for Eastmond. And we're going to bring on Leighton Stewart up front. Coming into the last few minutes of the game, we've got a set piece. Sean Kavanagh crosses long to Kobe Rowe. That has somehow gone in. I think it's gone in for the goalkeeper, Okonkwo. 2 games in a row that Kobe Rowe has now scored. I see this from the other angle now. Kavanagh with the ball across. Rowe with a volleyed finish, and it goes in off Okonkwo for a late winner. Well, possible winner here. Will I be left with egg on my face now? I've said that if Crew go up the other end. Great finish. So the 90 minutes are gone. We've got 4 minutes added on. Can we just eke these out now and see it through and go even further clear of our title rivals? Rowe gives to Spence. Goes long. Can Ajapon win that? He does. Knocks it down to Stewart, but that's a heavy touch. No, Reardon deals with it. Sweep back up the pitch to Perkins, and the J's onside. That is 2-2. This is what I got for saying we got a winner moments ago. But it's been given offside. Unlucky Crew. Rowe now on the ball. Can we just tick over now and get to full time? Goes long, and that's it. That's game over. Sutton 2-1 winners. So we check the table, and after 35 games, we're on 91 points. 16 points clear of second place Crew after that victory. We're now 22 points clear of Bradford City in 4th, with 11 games left, so only 33 points left to play for. We're very, very close to sealing promotion, and I'd say we're pretty much, fairly close to winning this league. It's going to take a big bold job now for us not to. I will see you in a couple of games' time. Quarter-final against Leeds for the FA Cup. That's going to be a big one. Right, see you then.